Hello, and welcome to Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. I'm Gloria.
And I'm Rosetta. Hi.
Hey, we're so happy for the opportunity to spend some time with you all. We want you to know who we are. We are conscious women, and we're always looking for ways to find love and support for women. And of course, our number one, our children. So, if that's something that's exciting for you and you want to learn more about who we are, come with us on this journey.
Yeah, we're excited to do our chats every week. Sometimes we skip, but we try and do it most weeks. And today we have a lot that we're going to chat about. And we want to start off with the teas that we drink. If you are returning, thank you so much for supporting us. If you are new, welcome. And for the newbies, we will talk about the teas that we like to drink while we're chatting. And today, my tea I'm drinking, which I've had before, is called Bilberry Leaf Tea by Buddha Teas. There you have it. And I'm going to put on my glasses so I can read you the ingredients. The company, did I say, is Buddha Teas? Yes, I did. The ingredients
Yes,
are
you did.
organic bilberry leaf. That's it. One ingredient. Now, I like my teas to have flavor, to be strong, so I decided to put two tea bags in here. And I forgot because when I looked at the end of the tea bag string, they have some sayings. And the two sayings
Yay.
are, with our thoughts, we make the world. And the other one says, we become what we think. Love those two. So these are the two teas. Sorry, this is the tea that I'm drinking with two tea bags, and it's Buddha tea. Oh, wait, hold on a second. I got the Buddha teas. All right, what are you drinking
Yes.
today, Gloria?
And I'm drinking Numi Activated Purpose, and this is a Waizu Matcha. It is a bright Japanese green tea with citrus. So that's what that looks
Yuzu
like.
matcha. Okay.
Yes. And what I love is, she has it on her strings and I have it on my box lid. It says activate your senses, activate your purpose, and activate real change. I love that.
Very
The
good.
ingredients are just bancha, green tea leaves, lightly um, with a blend of the yuzu. That's it.
Yuzu.
All natural, all organic.
All
So,
right. I've had mine seeping, so cheers, everyone.
me too. Cheers.
Ooh, this is better. Two tea bags is always better, so I like that flavor.
Yeah, you get the deeper, rich flavor faster as
Yes,
with a
we do.
single bag. By
Yes,
the
we do.
time we finish the chat, that's when the tea is the best.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so let's get started. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the universe because we believe we need more love. And we believe if we can increase love throughout the universe, the world will be a much better place for all of us. So keep love and compassion in your heart, and let's have some fun. Today is National Grape Day, and it is a day to encourage everyone to enjoy one of nature's most delicious foods. I love grapes. I hardly ever buy them. However, I'm going to buy some grapes today to celebrate.
Nice, nice. I do like grapes, and I've noticed that along the years they've come out with many different varieties. And what used to be a scarcity is now just every day. Have you tried the candy grapes?
No, I haven't
Okay,
even
so
heard of the candy grapes.
yeah, they have grapes that taste like candy, and before you could only get it at certain times of the year, but now they have it a lot of times. They have regular grapes, table grapes, muscat grapes, all different kinds of grapes.
Yes,
I love grapes, but the only reason why I don't eat it a lot because it does raise your blood sugar if you eat too many of
yes,
them, which is why I
yes.
try and limit. And I don't buy
That's
it
why I
because
never
grapes,
buy them.
because grapes, it's too much. It
Yes,
comes in a massive pack and it's a lot of grapes. So what I've done in the past is I've actually frozen them.
yes, that's
Yes.
what I do.
Yeah. All right. Not only is it Grape Day, but it is also Senior Health and Fitness Day. Now, did you know that it is always the last Wednesday of the month and approximately 100,000 senior adults will participate in activities across the US, such as swimming, yoga, low impact routines like walking. And the benefits are reduced falls, risk, so the reduction of the risk of falling, and
Yes.
increase the ability to live independently. Also, to maintain strength, health joints and muscles, reducing uh, or helping maintain your blood pressure, reducing the risk of colon cancer and diabetes, reducing and preventing arthritis joints and pain, easing symptoms of anxiety, and offering a community and companionship when done in groups. So that is National Senior Health and Fitness Day. And I say not only can seniors benefit, but everyone can benefit from this,
Yes, I
not just
agree.
seniors.
I
All right.
agree.
And today's birthday is, well, there's lots of people's birthdays, but for the famous one you know about is Joseph Fiennes. He is an actor, a British actor, and he won the Actors Guild Award, was nominated for a BAFTA and Laurence Olivier Award. And some of the things that he may be known for, you might know him for, are Shakespeare in Love, Young Sherlock, American Horror Story, and The Handmaid's Tale, just to name some of the few that he's been in. He's been in many, many movies and shows.
Nice.
All right, let's kick off today's first topic that we want to talk about, and that is, did you all have a good Memorial Day? Did you do anything for Memorial Day? Did you travel? Well, I want to just tell you that there were so many people traveling this Memorial Day, even though flights are quite expensive and gas is skyrocketing, rocketing, there's there was so many people out and about on the roads and in the skies. About 18 million people, they estimate, were traveling
Wow.
from last Thursday before the weekend to today. And they said it's a record number of people traveling. Can you believe that? I can't believe it. Not only do we
No.
have the high fares on ticket fares, but also gas prices. So I don't know who was traveling, but they were traveling. And AAA said that the top five domestic destinations that people are going to or went to is Vegas, Orlando, Seattle, New York, and Miami. Those are the top five that people travel to from AAA. Now, I don't know about you, but I keep checking now and again to see if airfares are ever coming down. I keep looking, but I still don't see the prices how it used to be before all this insanity. Um, it's crazy. Gas prices are high as well. Um, I think in the Bay Area, they're probably like in the high $5 to $6. I think, yeah, about that price. Some
Well, here
surpass
is
six
higher. It's
dollars,
like it starts at like 609, and then it's
609.
like
Okay.
629, and then it's 649 or 69. So we're pretty high.
Well, I just think that as Gloria and I like to talk about all the time, global warming. Now, by the certain time, like 2050 or something, or 2030, they said most companies want everyone to be driving electrical vehicles, right?
Hmm. Right?
So I hope that will actually help reduce some of the burden of gas prices. So you're not always having to gas up. And I don't know yet. I'm like, yes, EVs are very good, but there needs to be more and more places that offer charging. I think it needs to be a plethora of charging stations, just like gas stations, for me
Yes.
to want to get an EV car. Now, my husband has an EV car. Now, the only reason why I don't like to drive the EV cars long distances is because I'm kind of nervous. I have to look for EV charging stations. But
I got you covered. I know where they all are. My
you know
nephew
where every
has
single EV charging station is.
my nephew has one, and so we've had to find places so he can go and charge the car and do the fast charge so that he's not spending his whole day sitting charging the car.
Well, my husband has an EV and he's looking and he says it's very easy. You just look it up and it'll show you. But that's my
Right.
thing. It takes a bit out of your time to do that instead of just, oh, here's a gas station, let's charge up.
Yeah, in and out.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I was also so surprised about the all the travel because in addition to the cost for fuel, there was also bad weather. We had heavy flooding, we had high winds. The Even Florida, where everybody was going to, was like rained out. Atlanta, all these places with beachfront locations, it was not all that beachy. And then there were issues for some people flying. We still have this situation where airplanes, are having some complications. And so we had, lines at the airlines, long lines. People brought their patients, which was really good. I didn't hear of anything really bad, but the weather patterns were pretty significant. I saw New York City flooding. So if you're going to leave to go to New York, go to Broadway, and then you get out the car and you're up to knee high water, I would have just stayed home. So when Rosetta was saying thousands of people flew, and I'm like, are you kidding? Because the tickets are not as, I don't want to say cheap, but they're not as inexpensive as they used to be.
As they used
So,
to be. Yeah, that's
yeah,
the same with, I'm telling you, you would think that people would start cutting their budgets, right? Because of this, not flying as much. It's the same thing as
right.
Disneyland and Disney World. You know the tickets are skyrocketing and people are still
Yes,
spending and
I
there's
know.
still
A
record
hundred
number of
plus
people.
dollars a day. $100+ a day to go to Disneyland. A
Well, that's
day.
just for the tickets, not
Yeah.
including the food, the airfare to get there, the
Or
hotel,
the gas to drive there.
yeah, or the hotels, plus
Yep.
all the souvenirs and the fancy snacks you want to get and different things. People are spending
Yes.
thousands going. So it's
Yeah.
the same thing. I mean, people, but it's not funny because a lot of people are going into debt just to do what they
Yeah.
want to do, which is not
Yeah,
good.
the credit card debt is going up. So, if that's something you all want to do, our suggestion is to save for it, to budget for it, so that at the end of the wonderful experience, the first thought isn't, now how am I going to pay for it? So, we're glad you all got to get out and travel.
Yep.
So, um, we've been having some explosions or implosions, as they call them, going on. Over the weekend, there were a massive explosion in Southern California. In Orange County, the fire authority confirmed Monday morning that the threat of the massive explosion at Garden Grove chemical plant has been eliminated. Despite the elimination of the explosion risk, mandatory evacuation orders were put in place for roughly 50,000 residents. And then when they did an all clear, they made sure that the fumes that did escape were not toxic. Can you imagine being in the long lines trying to get back home? So that was a hardship on some people who were expected to spend Memorial Day weekend, having fun. The blessing is that they were allowed to return to their home. They said there was no real threat because the pressure in the tank was building up to a point but due to this, there was a potential crack. That was their biggest concern, is that the gases were going to escape. That was not the situation. So that was really good. Now, in Washington State, which is still along our coastline, at the Nippon Dynovave Packaging Company in Longview. So let me say that again. Nippon Dynovave Packaging Company in Longview, um, Washington. Um, there were 8 people that they don't know, they're missing. One person they confirmed actually passed away. There's one more person that the other people, they're not sure. So what happened is it's a paper mill, and there were 2 people that they said are positively confirmed to be deceased. But the other 8/9, they're not sure because they're not able to go in and look for them yet to do a search and recovery. They said that in this tank, they had a highly destructive chemical mixture that's called white liquor. And they know that that has caused at least 2 confirmed deaths. The implosion caused the huge tank to buckle and collapse on one side. The remains of unknown authorities say that there's no threat to the community. Columbia River City has about 40,000 residents, and they've had long ties, this plant, to Washington and Oregon lumber industries where they pull the wood to make the paper. So this for that community is just devastating because once again, they had no idea that there was such a toxic process to making paper. They just it just never occurred to them. And when you look at the tank, the way it just crumbled on one side, I think it said it had like 1,000 gallons of whatever this liquid, um, the white liquid, which is a formula that they use when they are curing paper. So our thoughts and prayers go out to Washington's community as well as here in Southern California. The blessing is that the people here in California are able to return home. There's no toxicity in the air. Unfortunately, the people in Washington, it's still under investigation. They think it's all clear. They just want to verify it's all clear. So good luck to them all.
Yeah, that's crazy. Two in a very short period of time.
Yeah, very short, just over
Yeah.
the weekend. And then they woke up to this yesterday. And this morning, the crews were supposed to start searching for remains because apparently the explosion in Washington was, the implosion was pretty drastic.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
thoughts and prayers go out to all the families. And they did
Yes.
mention that one of them was a grandfather who had passed away.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And one of the persons was a fire person who came in to extinguish the fire, and that person lost their life. I think that is the grandfather. So
Oh, okay. All right.
it's just
Okay.
really
So,
sad.
yeah, you're in our thoughts and prayers, and hopefully they can recover the other bodies, but that's still not that great because they're
Right.
already passed away. So that's really sad for the families. Yeah.
Yeah, very sad.
Yeah. So, on another note, did you guys actually watch the AMAs, the American Music Awards? It
Yes.
was held in Vegas. I completely forgot about them until um, actually I didn't watch it when it came on. I watched it after the fact because I completely
Ah,
forgot about it. But I did see a lot of social media posts, which is why I'm like, oh, it's already here. So
yes.
yeah, so I did watch it, and what I really liked was Queen Latifah, who was the host. I love my Miss Queen Latifah.
Yes.
She actually hosted it. Was it 31 years after the first time she hosted it?
Yeah,
Now,
1995.
yeah, Now, what I really liked about this AMAs was that what they did was they did a lot of present day stuff, but they had a lot of things about the past AMAs,
Yeah,
which I
they called
really,
it throwbacks.
yes, throwbacks. And they brought on some throwback groups, which I really liked. So we got to see New Kids on the Block. They came back, and Black Eyed Peas was another
Yep,
one that
yep,
came back, and also Pussycat Dolls. Now, I was
yes,
kind of upset because Pussycat Dolls, this is weird because back in the days when Pussycat Dolls was really famous, all I knew was Nicole Scherzinger, the main singer. I
right,
just saw people behind her, which was her
right.
team, the girls behind. I didn't know who any of their names, which is kind of odd because they were everywhere. But all I knew was Nicole Scherzinger. But when she came on stage with this red, tight, shiny cat suit on, there was only two people behind her. So I'm like, what
Right.
happened to her group of people?
Yeah, the other three.
The other three, I see. I don't even know how many were meant to be in the
Yeah, there
pussy.
were six in total.
Okay, so six in total. So I don't know what happened to them, but Nicole Scherzinger, she still looks fantastic, and she lost a lot of weight. She
Yes.
looks skinny, skinny, skinny. But the songs were great. I did like all the songs, and Billy Idol won Lifetime Achievement Award, and there were some other people that won a lot of awards. BTS, the K-pop group, won many awards, along with Bad Bunny, Shakira, Benson Boone, Sabrina Carpenter, Bruno Mars, Justin Bieber, Cat's Eye. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about Cat's Eye. Have you heard of Cat's Eye, Gloria?
I hadn't heard of her until I watched the show.
So, Cat's Eye is a group of young international girls, women. I say girls because they're much younger than me. They're in their 20s. It's multicultural. I love this group. So this group called Cat's Eye, they're kind of based off of the famous K-pop groups, but not exactly the same. And they were founded by this competition that was shown on Netflix. And they went through a whole procedure to find the next new group. There's a girl called Daniela. She's Hispanic. A girl called Lara. She's Indian. There's Yunche, which is Japanese, I believe, or I forget if she's. I think she's Japanese. No, no, no. She's Korean. Then there's Sophia, who is Filipino, and then Megan, who we have is Chinese from Hawaii. And this group, I don't really listen to K-pop a lot. I know about K-pop, but I'm really enjoying this group. So if you haven't listened to some of their music, go ahead and listen to it because I like that multicultural mix of girls, and they're dressed nicely, but not with their butts hanging out the whole time.
Exactly. I love that.
Yes, so I like that. And then when they won Best New Artist of the Year, they all got
Hmm.
up and they did their award, and they all spoke a little bit of each one came up and said thank you and whatever they wanted to say, and said something in their language. Like the Filipino
Yes.
gal spoke in Tagalog, the Chinese girl said thank you in Cantonese, which I really liked, and so forth. So Cat's Eye is one. They've done a lot of appearances in most famous settings, like Coachella. They did Coachella. They've done different famous, outlets where a lot of musicians go to, famous musicians. So they've done really well. So that's my take on the AMAs. I really liked it, and I thought it was great. I didn't know some of the artists, but I liked what I saw. So, what did you think, Gloria?
So I like, of course, I love Queen. And when I saw her, I kept saying they have got to bring her show back. I mean, I just miss seeing her every week. What I loved is that before she opened the show, she walked the red carpet with her son Rebel. That was the first time people got to see Rebel. He's such a cute little boy. And with her partner, Ebony, and Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wayne's daughter, Kiva, James Union Wade. I love that how she has both mama and daddy's name, walked with them. And the four of them look so cute together. So I love that. Um, BTS was the first musical opening of the show. And it was interesting because they said they'll be here. And I'm like, well, where are they? And where's the show? Are they at are they at the Raider Stadium and they're at the Sphere? I mean, I just couldn't figure it
Yeah, I
out.
didn't
But
understand that either.
yeah, but they showed up and they won, three awards, so that was good. I love Fergie with Black Eyed Peas when they did the reunion. That was the first time they'd been on stage since 2011. And she was like, I love my boys. And I thought that's good because maybe, baby, they'll do something new because they hadn't been together. Um, I also noticed Nicole, and Nicole, remember, she stopped doing um, The Masked Singer and she went off and she did Broadway, which she
Yes.
won a Tony for, which was really good. And yes, there were six and there were only three. And there's all kinds of conversation about why they're not together. They couldn't get their schedules together and all of that. It's sort of the same scenario as um, the English group where Mel B was a member.
Oh, Spice Girls.
Yes, the Spice Girls, same thing where they can get three or four, but they can't get them all. So that's kind of going on. So that was sad. But I love when Busta Rhymes took the stage with the girls, so that was really, really cool. Right after BTS, they showed Hootie and the Blowfish,
Oh,
and
that's right. I forgot about
that
them.
was really cool because he has his own gig now and he's country, and it was just really nice to hear him do two of their songs. And they also had not been out performing together for a long time, so that was really good. um of course, it's still Golden One, K-pop diva.
Yes.
So I'm sure my granddaughter was just having a great time because that's her favorite song on planet Earth right now. Let's see. I I I was surprised, not shocked, but a little surprised that Taylor got 8 nominations and she didn't get nothing, and she wasn't there. And they later showed her with her fiance, and they were at the basketball game. And he was kind of sad his team didn't win, so he was like chugging beer, and it looks like he fell asleep on the sideline. So
Oh, well, there
I
you go.
thought,
She wasn't there. So
yeah,
she been there, she may have won something.
may have. Cardi B won. I think she won either two or three awards. So, she got to do her thing, and that was really cute. I love Bruno Mars, and of course, he won for Best R&B Song. Um, he was the male, and SZA won for the female. And his album, R&B album, The Romantic by Bruno Mars, won. Bad Bunny won for Best Male Latin. Shakira, of course, Best Female. I mean, I understand that we're going to have to be aware, and maybe Rosetta and I'll do some research of what to expect with the World Cup being here, with all the people from all the different countries and this Ebola and all of that. However, I hope and pray that they will figure out a way how to keep everyone safe because Shakira is going to burn the stage down as long as she's given the opportunity. So I was really, really happy about that. I didn't know that much about the young man Somber, but
Oh, I
he
didn't know
won.
who he is. I don't know
Yeah,
who that is.
he's just a young man, but what I liked is what he said. He said 2 years ago he was sitting at home and he wanted to be in attendance. He didn't even say anything about winning, and he won three awards: Breakthrough Rock Alternative Artist, Best Rock Alternative Song, and Best Rock Alternative Album. He did some really, really, really good stuff. So, Tatiana Taylor, she looked
I had
beautiful, but she
no
was.
idea that she sung. I'm like, really?
Well, when she first started, I think she started with either Kanye West or Jay-Z, and she was the like the dancer. But
Okay,
she
I
would,
didn't know
she
anything
would
about
sing, but
that.
she would sing with them on their rap. So I
Oh,
knew she could
really?
sing,
Okay.
but I still wanted to put on a few more clothes.
Well, she
That's just
wasn't that
me.
bad compared to
Um,
other people.
Yes, J Lo had on a beautiful black off the shoulder dress, and it wasn't as sheer. I mean, I'm like it looked more appropriate. So I like that. So I think maybe some of our females are starting to realize they don't have to be half naked to be amazing singers.
And to look good.
Yes, and to look good. The special awards you were talking about, Carol G was honored with the International Artist Award of Excellence, Billy Idol as the recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award, and my Darius Rucker, Hootie and the Blowfish, he won for the Veterans Voice Award. So, all in all, it was a good night. BTS, those young men are really cute, and they went off, they did their military requirement and they came back. And I thought those young ladies and young men in that wherever they were performing were going to just start passing out. They were screaming, they were like shaking, they were so excited to see them.
Yeah,
So,
and they just picked right back up from where they left off before they went to
yeah,
the military service. So
yeah.
they haven't really like missed a beat.
Yeah, the one guy that has the blonde hair, he either let his hair grow or he put some tracks in. But other than that, they even looked the same.
Yeah,
So really, really good.
they usually go through like BTS. I noticed they go through like phases, like one phase where all of them had short dyed hair.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. And now if you look at them, their hairstyles are a little different,
yes,
And I love when the Backstreet Boys, you know, uh, they did a good job.
yep, they did.
Yeah, all in all, really good. Okay. So Rosetta and I were, getting ready for our chat, and she says to me, I heard something and I want to pass it by you. And my question immediately is, okay, is it real or is it fake AI? So initially, we were going to talk to you all about the cancellation of 911. We were devastated because we both us and our husbands love the show. And so Rosetta's like, I saw this. And so she's looking at it, and all of a sudden she's like, take it from there, honey. What happened?
So I was scrolling through Facebook, and this page comes up, and it's talks about a shocking ABC 911 shocking cancellation, and it has a link. So I click on the link, and it takes me to this it looks legit page, like an article written all about 911 and the reason why, what happened. They were filming for the next season. They were filming the first episode. Something happened during there. They had to shut down, and they did some investigation. They realized it was like equipment failure or whatever, but it caused a lot of damage, and they had to shut it down indefinitely. And while it was shut down, they had to do some investigation. They realized that it was, since because of this incident that happened while they were shooting, they found out that it cost too much for production and insurance costs had skyrocketed. So they had to cancel 911. So I was like, what? This is not how it should be. So when Gloria told me, is this real or not? I said, well, it looks real. I got the link from there, and the whole article looked real and everything. So I said, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to trusted AI, ChatGPT. So I just copied and pasted the article title, put it in ChatGPT and said, is this real or fake? And I'm happy to say that they did this whole thing because, AI does a lot of research for you. So you don't have to go online and do research for yourself. And it says in conclusions, I'm not telling you everything, it says it has not been verified. There's no um, like thing coming out from the entertainment world that's verifying that this is real. And they're saying that it could be a bot, or what is it? What do they call it? I forget what it was. There was a name for that, but I think it's, where they bait you and they want you to read the
Right,
article. So
right,
there's nothing verifying it and they cannot find it. So I'm very happy because usually AI, if it was real, they would say that this, it's been verified, this is the source and
right.
everything. So I'm quite happy to say that it is fake. Now,
Yes.
talking about AI, we love AI. It does some remarkable things. Like I just said, it will verify stuff for you, and you can go in and just copy and paste stuff and ask if it's real, is it legit, blah, blah, blah. What I don't like about it is how people are using it to scam other people. Now, we've
Mm-hmm.
talked about this a lot in the past, but recently there's been this news about this mother who actually fell for a kidnapping scam. What happened was a lady called Deborah Damascus. She got a call from someone saying that her daughter had been kidnapped. Then he put the daughter on the phone, and the daughter, they actually played the actual playback of what was on the phone. The daughter
Right,
was sobbing and having a panic attack. And she said, "I'm so sorry, mom. I'm so scared. I'm so sorry." And the caller who had made the call demanded her to wire $5,400 to multiple locations in Mexico. And she
mm,
said, the mother said, Deborah said, she was ready to do anything to save her daughter. So she did wire 5,400 to the locations that this caller had asked her to do in Mexico. So after she'd done that, she immediately called her daughter on her cell phone. And guess what? The daughter picked up immediately. And the daughter was at work like she should be, as usual.
right,
So what happened was that the person that called her scammed her. And this is something that everybody should know. Now, scammers can now replicate voices by just using a snippet of a sound from social media outlet or a taped phone call. So just a few seconds is needed of your voice for them to do this whole thing, to scam you, to pretend, like make it longer version and put it into another context. Like the daughter was sobbing, so I'm really sorry, mom. I'm so scared. I'm sorry. So that there's other people that have been scammed as well. Like people have been calling, like maybe the grandparents or the parents saying, "I need you to help me because I need some money or whatever." There's different scenarios where they call and they want to get some money and they try and pretend that they're your daughter or
right,
grandchild. It sounds exactly like them. There's no way that you can tell that it's AI, like a scam. So my thing is, when I saw this on this show GMA, Good Morning America, I wanted them to actually tell us, like, how is it that we can prevent this from happening? But what they really said wasn't really of any help. They just said, I don't know. It was just really weird. I think they didn't say like, okay, this is how you can prevent this from happening or whatever.
right,
So I was like, well, you tell us this story, and we know, both Gloria and I know, there's a lot of scammers using AI negatively and trying to get the voice and make it sound like your child or whoever, so that you believe them and they scam you out of all your money. But how do you prevent this? So that's the
right,
scary thing.
right, right.
Like
I
if my
completely
son
agree.
is on the phone asking for some, well, I mean, I think, well, no, actually, the one thing they did say, which I thought was okay, but how would you do that? Is maybe have a system where you have a code name or something,
Hmm.
or some kind of code word or something you ask them to say, so that you know
Right,
it's them or not. So that
right.
was one good thing. But in the heat of the moment, how would you know? You don't
You
know.
don't. You don't. And if it's someone you love and you're concerned, However, the blessing is if you are like me and you have two, because what you do is you're on one, you pick up the other one and you call your daughter. And if she answers the phone, you just, you tell the scammers because then you can take the other phone and you can record what they're saying and you can send that to
Uh-huh.
the police. You know, people are, that the sad thing for me is most of the time these are young people who are being led to believe that the haves and the have-nots, and I'm going to make it fair. I'm going to take everything from them, not realizing in your taking from them, you're going to go to jail. You're ruining your life. And most of the time it appears to be like bragging rights. Look what I did. Look what I accomplished. That's not a good accomplishment. So I hope that young people, some way, somehow, I almost wish there was a way Rosetta and I could run classes on etiquette 101, how to be a good human being, because there is more gratitude when you do something by yourself. That's an internal accomplishment than when you scam someone. It's horrible. People, I've gotten to the point now, I have people call me and say, I sent you, I sent you a link for blah, blah, blah. And I go, my bad, I deleted it. I don't open links anymore because I don't know if I can trust it to be a valid link.
Yeah, I remember back in the days, I remember they say if you don't recognize a link, don't open it because it will actually start a virus on your laptop
Go through
or
your
your phone
system.
or yeah, through your whole
Yeah,
system. But now we're getting, not only are we having to be wary of that, we have to be wary of lots and lots of scams because
exactly.
I don't know. It's kind
I
of
don't either.
scary. I don't know. Once you start having good things, people start using it in a negative way.
Yeah,
Scary. Very, very scary. We just have to
I
be
agree.
teaching our young kids how to use things in the appropriate way, not in the bad way. But
Yes,
we can't avoid it altogether. But it is sad. It is sad. It's sad. So if you know of a good way to determine or how to prevent this, let us know
please.
because it's kind of the only thing, like they said, maybe you could do like a code or something or a password or something that's only you and your daughter or whoever knows about it. But
Exactly.
that's pretty sad. AI, we love you, but just like any technology, there's negatives as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, so there's a great story going, well, it's kind of good and bad, but it turned out to be good. A 21-year-old girl, she actually she's a volleyball player and she had a root extraction which led to a shocking diagnosis. Now, Kendall Sherris, she actually found that she had a tooth, one of her teeth were infected. So she went to the dentist to get it checked out, and a bone marrow biopsy revealed a shocking diagnosis. It revealed that she was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia, AML.
Mhm. Right.
Now, AML develops in the bone marrow cells that turn into white blood cells. And it's most common, which is weird, it's most common with older adults and progresses so quickly. So immediate treatment is crucial. Once you catch it, you've got to treat it immediately.
Right.
She was hospitalized in the cancer center, Northwest in Chicago, Northwest Cancer Center in Chicago. And after 1 month of doing chemo, her doctor delivered that she would need a stem cell transplant. So after looking and searching, because it's not just, you can't just find someone to help you with this immediately.
Right.
You have to search for it and put out your antennas and ask people to look for a bone marrow search, but they found no search, came up with no search. But then, luckily, at the end, they found out that her sister was the perfect match for her.
Wow.
Now, they say that there's a statistic, they say the chance of a sibling being a full match is only 25%,
Right.
which is quite low. So that's very shocking. And she received her sister's cells in July of 2025. Now, why am I talking about this is because it's really great that she caught it, and her sister, it became a good story because her sister was a perfect match. But
Hmm.
what I'm saying is that if you would like to help other people, it's important to get registered to be a match for other people. And now she is in full remission, but joining the bone marrow registry, they're saying is quite easy. So this was kind of like ended up not being that great, but it ended up being a great story because I love the fact that her sister were only 25% chance that your sibling would actually be a great match for you,
Match.
exact match for
Yeah.
you. So I love that. But everyone, if you want to be one of the donors, go and get registered. And they say that it's the way they do this is really easy because they just take a swab of your cheek and that's it.
Right.
And then you're in the database for that. So I've heard so many people that have had this issue and they're looking for a bone marrow donor, but it ends up that they can't find anyone.
Right.
So if you're inclined to do that, I would really highly suggest that.
Yes. And I'm sure Kendall was just blown away that her sister was a good match for her. So we're happy for you. And to be so young, and who would ever think going to the dentist would unsurface such a serious medical condition?
Yeah, because this is AML, active myeloid leukemia, and they do say that it's mostly common in older adults. And she was
Yeah.
young. I think she was in college or something. So,
Yeah. Yeah, you're
so
right.
it's just
College athlete,
yeah,
which
yeah.
means she's very active. She's up, she's moving. So who would have thought?
Who
Who
would
would
have
have thought?
thought? Yeah, yeah.
Well, everyone, it's that time. We've come to the end of another wonderful conversation with you all. We hope you enjoyed it. We want you to know that we're grateful for your time and your support. We feel the love that you send to us by watching our videos, and we send it back to you,
Brilliant
mwah,
love.
bubbling over.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. And we've been enjoying our teas. And
Yeah,
remember, if you're interested in the teas we're drinking, we do put it in the description, the teas of the day that we're drinking. So you don't have to worry about trying to remember that. And if you liked our chats, how about hitting that thumb icon to show that you liked it? If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell notification so you're the first to be notified whenever our chats are ready to be viewed. And we really enjoyed it, like Gloria
yes.
said. And yeah, we like our teas. And thank you so much. We are Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. I've got my tea here, it didn't show up.
And
And
yep. And
and
remember
remember to always
to always
keep smiling.
keep smiling.
Take care now. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.